mean everything to me because I know you mean everything to Christ. And Christ means everything to me.
I called on the Lord. I said, man, Father, this is real. Will you watch over them? Will you raise them up to be strong? I'm just a man with flesh. This is what you call for in your scriptures. You said they wore studs and fringes, they got it on. You said they follow the Lord, they doing it. You said under Yahawashi they ought to love one another, and they doing it.
SHALAM, which means to Israel.
Which means to stand. Panakwadon, which means to turn the face to east.
This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shomka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Sabbath, Ratizaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baratiza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, the Thunlanawa, the Kam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kabaknawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawathinawa, Wala'ah, Tabayanawa, Banasaya1, Ball, Awashayanawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Maka, Amalakwa, Waha'ala, Waha'ala,
Amen. This is the Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
This is the Hakak, the power prayer in the Hebrew. Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Baba Kusha, the Thunlanawa, Hakak, Larapa'ah, Kal Makala, Kal Madawa, Hakak, Latahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, Lahakwayam, Hamathu, Hakak, Al-Rakawa, Hatama'ala, the Garshon, by Shem Yahushai, the Wada Aman. This is a cost of power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, in the name of Yahawashi, please give us the power, the power to heal, all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out, in the name of Yahawashi. Thank you, so be it. This is the blessed Israel prayer in the Hebrew. Yahweh Shem Yahushai,
Barak Lanawa,
YAHNNA,
Shalom,
Wahabaya
Sapari,
Barak,
Barak,
Shimi Al-Shah,
Shah,
Tawada Aman.
Tawada Aman. Bless Israel in the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Bless us
and
Israel
and
the school,
and the school.
in the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. To Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Hahari, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Izari, Ma'an, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratza, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hannah, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shalomar, Yasharala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yamyanka, Yawamam, Hashemash, La'ayakak, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal Rad, Yashamar, Afnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'afka, Wabawa'aka, Ma'aika, Wa'ai, Awalam. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasharala. He that keepeth Yasharala shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day. Nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out. And thy coming in. From this time forth. And even forevermore. This is Psalms 83 prayer in the Hebrew. Allahayim, Al-Damayalaka, Al-Fakarash, Wa-Al-Tashquat, Kayahana, Awayabika, Yahama Yawan, Wamashana, Yaka, Nasha'awa, Ra'ash, Al-Amika, Yarayam, Yarayam Wa. Sawad. Waya. Tayaitazawa. Altazapuwanyaka. Amarwa. Lakawa. Wanayakakidam. Magoya. Wala'ah. Yazakar. Sham Yasharala. Iwad. Kaya. Nawaitazawa. Lab. Yakadwa, Al-Yakar, Barya, Yakarathwa, Ahahoya, Adawam, Wa, Yashamai Alayom, Mawa'aba, Wahagari, Gabal, Wa'anawan, Wa'amalak, Palashah, Anya Tazawar, Ram Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Sarawai, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aisha, Laham, Kamadian, Ka, Sayasara'a, Kayabian, Wanakal, Kwayashma, Nashamadwa, Bayan, Dara, Hayawa, Daman, La'adamar, Shayathamwa, Nadiyabmawa, Kaira, Wakaza Abba, Waka, Tazal Mana'ai, Ka, Nasiyakamwa, Shar, Amarwa, Na, Yarashah, Lanawa, Nawa, Alahaya, Shaythumwa, Tagagala, Kwash, Lafanya Rakah, Ka'ash, Sabaira Yaira, Waka, Lahaba, Salahat, Haryam, Khan, Tharadatma, Basairika, Waba, Sawapaka, Tha, Bahalam, Mala'ah, Panyaham, Kwayawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shumka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Waya, Bahawa, Ayai, Wayakaparwa, Wayabadwa, Waya Da'awat, Slaki, Waya Da'aiwa, Kaya, Atha, Shumka, Yahweh, Labaka, Ayawan, I'll call her Ratiza. This is the Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence. O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still. O Yahweh, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee, have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel, against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation. That the name of Yasharallah may be no more remembered. For they have consulted together. With one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom. And the Ishmaelites. Of Moab. And the Hagarenes. The Baal. And Ammon. And Amalek. The Philistines. With the inhabitants of Tyre. For sure also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites. As to Sisera. As to Jabin. At the brook of Kizon. Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb. And like Zeb. Yea. All their princes as Zabah. And as Almunah. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O Yahweh, make them like a wheel. As a stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth the wood. And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest. And make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame. That they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded. And troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame. And perish. That men may know. That thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, are the most high over all the earth. This is the blessings prayer in the Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shai. Ma Yaka'ala. Wa Alahaya. Matazabia, Alawap Yahanna, Ha Alawap, Hasarani, Quatazayanya, Hakaya Yaya, Waha Akwati, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, the Wada Amen. This is blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahushua. And Michael. And the angels. And Manager Yahanna. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it. Sir, which means turn.
Yeshabia, which means you may be seated. All right. We're in that book of Genesis that has so much wisdom, so much character and understanding the will and the power of the Most High. And unfortunately, you have what they call New Testament Christians, New Testament only. I came out of that. I grew up Baptist. Right. My father went to college for biblical studies. And unfortunately, that's just in a different sort of indoctrination and brain dirtying. We ain't gonna say brainwashing, because to wash is to make clean. So they dirtied the brain and put a program in your head to make you think that Old Testament is irrelevant. But hypocritically, they go to the whole Old Testament when it talks about money, though. When it talks about passing that tithe plate, that's where they go. When it suits them and their will. So we're going to be starting in the book of Genesis, the 41st chapter and the 32nd verse. We're going to get it in the Hebrew first.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 42. Genesis chapter 42 and verse 41 and verse 32. In the Hebrew. Wa'al Hasha Nawath Ha Kalawam Al Para'ai Pa'imyam Kaya Nakawan Hadabar Ma'im Ha Alahayim Wama Mahar Ha Alahayim La'ai Shathawa. Verse 33. Wa'itha Yara'a Para Iha Ayash Nabawan Waka Kama Waya Shaya Thahawa Al Arataza Matazarium. Verse 34. Ya Aisha Para Iha Waya Paquad Pakwadam Al Harataza Wa Kamash Ath Arataza Matazaria Basha Ba'ai Manya Hashabai. Verse 35. Waya Kwaba Tazawa Ath Ka Akal Hashanyam Ata Bawath Habaath Ha Alaha Salakia Ha Allah Waya Tazaba Rawa Bar Thakath Yad Parai Akal Bairam Washa Marawa. Verse 36. Wahaya Ha'akal Lapa Kwada Wana La Arataza La Shabai Shanya Hara Iba Ashar Thaha Ya Slakia Thaha Ya Slakia Thaha Yayan Barataza Matazaria Wala'a Thakarath Harataza Bara Iba. Verse 37. Waya Yatab Hadabar Bayan Yapa Ra'ai Waba Ayanya Ka Ibad Yawa. Verse 38. Wayamar Parai Al Ibad Yawa Hana Mataza'ah, Kazah, Ayash, Ashar, Rawak, Alahayim, Bawa. Verse 39. That's the end of the 7 verses.
We're going to go ahead and get it into English. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 41, starting at verse 32. And for that, the dream was doubled unto Pharaoh twice. It is because the thing that is established by God, and God will shortly bring it to pass. So going back, Joseph is called before the Pharaoh to interpret his dream. And of course, that dream was that there's going to be a period of time to where they're going to be blessed, or their land will be blessed. They'll have food and everything. And there's going to be a period of time where there's going to be a famine. So that dream was doubled to Pharaoh. And the indication of that, or what God wanted him to see from that, was that will shortly come to pass. That is something that's going to happen sooner than he expected, or sooner than they understood or knew. Verse 33. Now, therefore, let Pharaoh look out a man discreet and wise, and set him over the land of Egypt. So now Joseph is giving counsel to Pharaoh, telling him what he should do. So he's saying, hey, find a man that's discreet and wise, not some idiot, and have them look over the land of Egypt. Verse 34, let Pharaoh do this, and let him appoint officers over the land, and take up a 5th part of the land of Egypt in the 7 plenteous years. So he's saying, set up some men, officers, that's going to look over the land and store up a 5th part, or take up a 5th part of all the crops or whatnot in that 7 years that the land is going to be plenteous. Verse 35, and let them gather all the food of those good years that come, and lay up corn under the hand of Pharaoh, and let them keep food in the cities. Pretty much reiterating what I just said. 36, and that food shall be for store to the land against the 7 years of famine. Salaki, verse 36, and that food shall be for store to the land against the 7 years of famine, which shall be in the land of Egypt, and the land shall perish not through the famine. So he's saying this food that's going to be stored up is specifically for that time of the famine, not for you guys to have parties because you have an abundance. And we see a lot of people do that today. They get that profit sharing check from Chrysler. They get that bonus from work, or that Christmas bonus from work. And the first thing they do is go to Foot Locker. They go to the club. They go to Ace of Spades and say, oh man, it was just for the food, the lamb chops. They got a deal on lamb chops. And they blow that money that they should have stored up for those rough years, because when those rough years come, then they're going to be looking sad in the face. They're going to have a boo-boo face because they stomach hungry. Their kids is dying from the famine. It's cold outside. They can't afford to keep the heat on.
Shemaiah, Shemaiah.
You can jump in anytime. Verse 37. And the thing was good in the eyes of Pharaoh and in the eyes of his servants. So the Pharaoh saw that this was a wise thing. This was a good thing. That this made sense. That Joseph broke down this dream and it made sense. it was good to the ears of Pharaoh, meaning, yeah, I was troubled at this dream. I didn't know what it mean. Then you broke the dream down. I didn't have a plan for it. It didn't pop in my head what to do for this famine that's going to come. And then you advised me on what I should do. And it made sense. It was good for Pharaoh.
If I could.
Okay.
You know, and what's heavy about this, you know, as well is that, you know, being an Israelite, you can find favor in the land of your oppressor.
Yeah, I'm right.
It don't matter if you sit in a jail cell for 7 years, 14 years. If you have favor with the Lord, you can find favor in this land. You know, Christ said, if at all possible, be at peace with all men.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So there's a way that we can learn to operate and still have favor in this land. You know what I mean? Especially in this story, seeing he had favor above the magicians. He had favor above the wise men of Egypt. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
That's a heavy point the brother broke out. A lot of times you have people out here that they don't understand following the will of God, keeping those laws, statutes, and commandments righteously, that they can navigate through the ghetto. They can navigate through the hood, the barrio. They can navigate through any situation and find favor. Yeah, it might be some trying times, but you have to steadfast. Joseph went through those trying times. His brothers sold him. If y'all can imagine that, a man that did nothing but have a dream, right, was sold by his own brethren. And when you talk about somebody putting a knife in your back, like that came from his brothers. And he didn't curse God. He didn't fall out of the faith, as you would call it. He didn't stop keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. He continued and stayed 10 toes deep in what he was taught and what he was told. And the Most High rewarded him for that. So the brother gave a very heavy point. Verse 38, and Pharaoh said unto his servants, can we find such one as this, a man in whom the Spirit of God is? Now that's a heavy point. He didn't say the spirit of Geb and Horus. He said the Spirit of God. He didn't say the spirit of Buddha and all the other gods of Egypt. He said the Spirit of God is. Can we find one like this? So we're going to keep getting it in the Hebrew. Starting at verse 39.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 41 and verse 39 in the Hebrew. YAHANNA, Parai, YAHUSAP, Akriya, Hawa, Dayai, Alahayim, Awathak, Ath, Kal, Za'ath, Ayan, Nabawan, Waka, Kama, Kamawak, verse 40. Atha, Thahaya, Al, Bayathai, Salakia, Bayathya, Wa'al, Payak, Yashak, Kal, Imaya, Rakwa, Hakasa'a, Agadal, Mamak, verse 41. Wayamar, Parai, Al, YAHUSAP, Ra'ah, Nathathaya, Athak, Al, Kal, Arataza, Matazariah, verse 42. Wayasar, Parai, Ath, Taba, Aithwa, Ma'al, Yadwa, Wayathan, Atha, Al, Yad, YAHUSAP, Waya, Labash, Athwa, Baga, Daya, Shasha, Wayasham, Rabad, Hazahab, Al, Tazawa, Arawa. Verse 43. Waya, Rakab, Athwa, Bama, Rakah, Batha, Hama, Shana, Ashar, Lawa, Waya, Kwara'a, Wa, Lapanya, Salaki, Lapanya Wa, Abarak, Wana, Thawan, Athwa, Al, Kal, Arataza, Matazarium. Verse 44. Wayamar, Parai, Al, Yawasap, Anya, Parai, Waba, La Idyak, La'a, Yarawam, Salaki, Yarayam, Ayash, Ath, Yadwa, Wa'ath, Raga, Lawa, Bakal, Arataza, Matazarium. Verse 45. Waya Kwara'a, Parai, Sham, Yawasap, Tazapa, Natha, Pa Ainak, Wayathan, Lawa, Ath, Sanath, Bath, Pawataya, Parai, Kahan, An, La Shah, Waya Taza'a, Yawasap, Al, Arataza, Matazarian. Verse 46. That's the end of the 7 verses.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 41, starting at verse 39 in the English. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, for as much as God hath showed thee all this, there is none so discreet and wise as thou art. So pretty much he's recognizing or coming to the realization that couldn't nobody in the land of Egypt be that wise man that he sought out, because his magicians and his wise men couldn't even interpret the dream. So it was one of those things like, hey, this is 1 + 1. I haven't found anybody as wise as you. Verse 40. Thou shalt be over my house, and according unto thy word shall all my people be ruled. Only in the throne will I be greater than thou. So he's giving rulership to Joseph over all of Egypt, except him. When he said, only in my throne, that means there's not going to be anybody higher than you but me. So the Most High has taken him from a low state, from being sold, put in captivity, went through his trials and tribulations, and now he's given rulership over a land that he was captive in for the most part. So like the brother was saying a minute ago, you can find favor in the Most High in any situation. You have to keep the faith, though. That faith is those works, that those laws, statutes, and commandments. You can't just believe something. That's why the scripture says faith without works is dead. You can't believe something and then just not do anything about it. You can't hide that light under a bushel because it profits nobody. You know that your man's is about to walk and get hit by a bus as he crosses the street. You see the bus coming. The bus is coming from the right. He's looking left, and you have that knowledge, and you don't open your mouth and say nothing. That don't profit him from you knowing that. You actually have to act on that.
Yeah, if I could, and it's important to understand that the Bible says that the world was made for our sakes. Right. This world revolves around the nation of Israel. So when you see scriptures like the other nations are put here to prove us,
You got to understand that the Lord is seeing what Joseph is going to do. The Lord is seeing what blacks, Hispanics, and indigenous people are going to do, because the world is all revolving around us. And so the Lord wanted to see what Joseph is going to do amongst the other nations. These nations are just here to prove us, to try us, to see if we're going to keep the law and obey him, or if we're going to disobey. That was
Verse 41. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, see, I have set thee over all the land of Egypt. Now, I didn't say some. That's where a lot of Christians get conflicted at. They see that word all and they want to start putting in caveats and hypothetical. Nah, all the land of Egypt. Verse 42. And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand and put it on Joseph's hand, and arrayed him in vestures of fine linen, and put a gold chain about his neck. So, for lack of better words, he's pretty much giving him glory and stature. Like most people, if you see those movies and a messenger was sent, they might send it with a seal or a signet, letting people know that come across as, oh no, this is ordained by the king, ordained by the Pharaoh. I think he got a key though. Yeah, that's all. Verse 43. And he made him to ride in the second chariot which he had, and they cried before him, bowed the knee, and he made him ruler over all the land of Egypt. So Joseph rode in that second carriage, or that second car. So you got Pharaoh, and then in his second chariot, now you got Joseph. And they went before him, and they let the people know to bow. And that was reiterating and letting everybody know, the world know, or the land of Egypt know, that this man now has rulership. He now has power ordained by me, meaning the Pharaoh. And of course, that comes from God. This is one of those things we gotta grasp. Again, I'm gonna harp on this point because the brother made a heavy point. He is being elevated from his situation in the midst of captivity. You can be shown favor in all your situations. So you got a terrible workplace, stand with the Most High, 10 toes deep. Keep those laws, statutes, and commandments, and you will start seeing things move out the way for you at the slavery, at the job. You might have been there a few years, and then guess what? You start keeping those laws, statutes, and commandments, and start saying, you know what? Passover coming up. Let me put in my vacation time now. Well, I ain't gonna use no sick days because I'm gonna use them for Passover. You start doing that for a period of time. You start telling your oppressor, yeah, I need to make the Sabbath day. That's a command. That's a commandment from the Most High. I need to be here on the Sabbath day. And then the oppressors will start making a way for that to happen. At my slave, I came in and let them know, Passover, I won't be here. Like, I don't celebrate no holidays. I will work Thanksgiving, Christmas, my birthday, your mama's birthday, the president's birthday. But for Passover, y'all won't see me. I will take that right up. I can't do it. I won't be here. I'm already making sure that I will go into work snot-nosed so I can have my sick time just in case, and I can call off the Passover. These are things that will show the Most High that you're serious about this. And granted, it takes some time. You know, that's why it's called slavery. These people out here are wicked. They don't respect our power. They don't respect the Most High. But we have to show that respect.
Yeah, you want to jump in? Dash, you want to jump in?
I got that from my Ottawa coming in. Sharp, he got a song out. F that job. Yeah, it's a heavy song. The brother was very explicit in saying, hey, that job isn't as important as keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Okay.
They look for me during holidays. I won't be in that office. Oh, we having a holiday Christmas party. We're going to have the, okay. Lord be with y'all. I'll be cleaning the bathroom somewhere. I'll find something else to do. We're going to pick it up at verse 44. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I am Pharaoh, and without thee shall no man lift up his hand or foot in all the land of Egypt. So he's reiterating the power that is given to Joseph. Ain't nobody moving unless you or I say so, for the most part. Because if you think about it, at least the Pharaoh was smart enough to know, like, well, if this dream is real, and that second part of that dream is real, I'm not going to have a kingdom anyway. That famine going to wipe everybody out. I'm not going to be able to a ruler over anybody. Verse 45. And Pharaoh called Joseph's name Zaphnath Paneah, and he gave him to wife Asnath. Well, it might be Asenath. I don't know. The daughter of Potiphera, a priest of On, and Joseph went out over all the land of Egypt. So yeah, I butchered those names. I don't care because I think they're heathen names. So it happens. All right, so we're gonna pick it up in the Hebrew, starting at verse 46.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 41 and verse 46 in the Hebrew. YAHANNA, Ban, Shalashim, Shana, Ba'ima, Dawa, Lapanya, Parai, Malak, Matazaria, Wayataza'a, Yawasap, Mala, Panya, Parai, Waya, Ibar, Bakal, Arataza, Matazaria, verse 47, Wathaish, Ha'arataza, Bashabai, Shanya, Hashabai, Laquam Tazayam, verse 48, Wayakwa Bataza, Ath, Kal, Akal, Shabai, Shanyam, Ashar, Hayawa, Ba'arataza, Matazariam, Wayathan, Akal, Ba'aryam, Slakia, Ba'aryam, Akal, Shada, Hayar, Ashar, Sabah Yaba, Thayaha, Nathan, Batha Waka, verse 49, Wayataza Bara, Yawasap, Bar, Kaka Wallah, Hayam, Harabah, Ma'ad, Aid, Kaya, Kadal, Lasapar, Maya, Ayan, Masapar, verse 50, Wallah Yawa, Sapa, Yalad, Shanya, Banyam, Bataram, Thabawa'a, Shanath, Parai, Ashar, Yalada, Lawa, Asanath, Bath, Pawataya, Parai, Kahan, Awan, verse 51. Waya Kwara'a, Yawasap, Ath, Shum, Abba, Kawar, Manasha, Kaya, Nashanya, Alahayim, Ath, Kal, Aimalaya, Wa'ath, Kal, Vayath, Abaya, verse 53. Or Salakia, verse 52. Wa'ath, Shum, Hashanya, Kwara'a, Aparium, Kaya, Hapar Naya, Alahayim, Ba'arataza, Ain, Yaya. That's the end of verse 52.
We're going to go ahead and get it in the English. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 41, starting at 46. And Joseph was 30 years old when he stood before Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And Joseph went out from the presence of Pharaoh and went throughout all the land of Egypt. Verse 47. And in the 7 plenteous years, the earth brought forth by handfuls. So, of course, plenteous means abundance. The earth was providing by handfuls. If you can just imagine going through, if you ever planted a garden, watched anything grow that you wanted to harvest something from, like they was getting it by handfuls, not just, oh, let me pick this one string bean off of this scraggly little, by handfuls.
And if I could,
Kind.
and this is Joseph's interpretation of Pharaoh's dream coming to pass.
Damn right.
Like Joseph was right on about that interpretation. He had that knowledge that the Most High gave him, and we're seeing here. You understand what he said would happen is happening.
Damn right. Verse 48. And he gathered up all the food of the 7 years which was in the land of Egypt, and laid it up for food in the cities. The food of the field which was round about every city laid he up in the same. So he gathered up everything, the food outside the city and inside the cities, and he put it in the cities as the plan that he laid out. For the most part, he stored it up. You didn't see them. You don't see it where, well, they took some of it and they burnt it to the dog god such and such, and they took some of it and they traded it for more gold. Nah, they stored that food up.
If I could just add one thing too, like he also knew that there was going to be 7 good years and 7 bad years. Mm-hmm. You understand? So he's using that knowledge that he had from that dream, you know, as an opportunity to say, let me put this food away because I got 7 good years and we got to prepare for what's coming.
Damn right. And we can just bring that back home. We have to do that today as well.
That's right.
When you have that good check, when you hit them overtime hours where the oppressor did messed up the schedule, and then he calls on you to say, hey, you got to work all of this mandatory overtime. All right, store that extra cheese up because Passover is around the corner. Store that extra cheese up because you never know what's going to happen. But we have that spirit of discernment, and we understand that for our heaven to come, things got to get bad.
So
like, go ahead.
Keep going. You're not done.
Things have to get bad. We got to be prepared mentally, spiritually, in every way possible for that time where we're going to be in that wilderness as well. And I'm not saying that you're going to be able to store up enough food to, that's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm saying don't be laxed in your gifts. Don't be laxed in your blessings where you think you can just make it rain at the club, that you can just go to work and you know what, instead of brown paper bagging it this week, I'm gonna eat out. I'm gonna buy it. No, because we know times get bad. We know that rent is due every month. That phone bill, that water bill is due every month. So why I'm gonna take this good check and I got a few $100 extra and then I'm gonna just throw it to the wind? That's not being wise. That's not being discreet. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, if I could add, and this is why, I advise all brothers and sisters to get in the I.S.U.P.K, because Commanding General YAHANNA, he is with the Lord.
Damn right.
He is a prophet of God, and he's been telling you famine is here, famine is coming. Christ said that you're going to hear about wars and rumors of wars. Commanding General YAHANNA has been telling us for years, you got to start storing your food.
Damn right.
You understand? You got to be storing water, buy a generator if you can. We got a whole list of things in the I.S.U.P.K that Commanding General YAHANNA has told us to start storing, because he understands prophecy. He understands the things that are coming in the time we're in. So
another heavy point. You're not gonna find this wisdom from the Christian church. They don't deal. Number one, the Christian church feels that when Christ cracked the sky, they gone. Like they're gonna miss all the missiles in the bad time. You have what they call premillennialists, amillennialists, and postmillennialists inside the ideology inside the Christian church, and most of them are premillennialists, thinking none of this is going to happen to us. I don't have to worry about those bad times because I'm not going to be here. I'm good. I pay my tithes. I keep the 5 commandments that the Christian church told me to keep. I don't have to go to Passover. Passover ain't important. We got Good Friday. I don't have to go to Memorial of the Blowing of the Trumpets. We got Thanksgiving. And just as a side note, we got a feast day coming up, December 25th. That's just a coincidence, y'all. Don't jump out the window and think we celebrating Christmas. Ain't no gift giving. Ain't no bowing down under the tree. Ain't no setting up idols. This is for the Most High. It's just the day that it fell on. That's all it is. Feast of Dedication, Salakia. The Feast of Dedication, which is another slight heavy point, because you read about Christ in the New Testament going to observe the Feast of Dedication, going to Jerusalem to do as such. And guess what? I put them on blast. I asked my moms, because they don't want to adhere to the apocryphal books. Well, where can you find information about this Feast of Dedication at? Can you show me in those 66 books where it started, the conception of it, the story behind it? I ain't got that answer yet. She ain't gonna find one in those 66 books. But if you go to the book of 2 Maccabees, I get it after the class. It's over there on the board. But no, I just wanted to give him the address. That's all. But if you go to the book of 2 Maccabees, you'll find the story behind the Feast of Dedication. And it's another thing that it just, I'm glad that I was brainwashed out of the dirty mindset that I had, with the simple understanding that if Christ did it, we should do it. Like they call themselves Christians, and you ask them what that is, or we're a follower of Christ, yet you do nothing that Christ did. You don't go worship on the day that he did. You don't celebrate the high holy days that he celebrated. You don't eat what he ate. You eat outside of what he told you not to eat. yet you call yourself a Christian. Makes no sense to me at all. None. That we got to be very mindful that we don't fall for those smooth words that the Christian pastors bring out, those slick sayings. You know what? Go ahead. What you got? We'll break that down after class. Great question. He asked, what are the customs of the Feast of the Dedication? We're going to get that for the brother. I think I was at 49. Yeah. This is Genesis 41 and 49. And Joseph gathered corn as the sand of the sea very much until he left numbering for it was without number, meaning he gathered so much they couldn't count it. Like, that's how much he gathered. That's that plenty, the wise usage of that plenteous years. Again, like the brother reiterated, that interpretation that he gave of the dream is happening just as he said. They didn't have 7 normal years where, we usually get 50 bales of corn a year, and this year we got 50 bales. No, they got so many bales they couldn't number it. Those were the plenteous years. This is Genesis 41 and 50. And Joseph were born, and unto Joseph were born 2 sons before the years of the famine. Before the years of the famine came, which Asnath, the daughter of, all right, so we just gonna make up a name, Hera, priest of On, bare unto him. So he had two kids before the years of the famine. 51. And Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, for God said, he hath made me forget all my toil and all my father's house. Verse 52. And the name of the second called he Ephraim, for God has caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. So reiterating what the brother brought out verses ago, that in the land of his affliction, God caused him to be fruitful. God blessed him. God watched over him in the land of his affliction. He went through his time, his trial. The Most High proved Joseph, and coming out of that, he was blessed. All right, we're going to go ahead and get 53 in the Hebrew.
Verse 53. Watha Kal Yana Shabai Shanya Hashabai Ashar Haya Baratazar Matazarium. Verse 54. Watha Kal Yana Shabai Shanya Haraib Labawa'a Ka'ashar Amar Yawasap Wayahaya Ra'ib Bakal Harataza Watha Wabakal Arataza Matazarium Haya Lakam. Verse 55. Wathar Iba Kal Arataza Matazarium Waya Tazai Ha'aim All Hara'ai Lalakam Wayamar Hara'ai Lakal Matazarium Lakawa All Yawasap Ashar Yamar Lakam Tha'ishwa. Verse 56. Waha Ra'ib Haya Al, Kal, Panya, Ha'arataza, Waya, Pathak, Yawasap, Ath, Kal, Ashar, Baham, Waya, Shabar, La Matazarian, Waya, Kazak, Hara'ib, Ba'arataza, Matazarian, verse 57, Wakal, Ha'arataza, Ba'wa, Matazarian, La Shabar, Al, Yawasap, Kaya, Kazak, Salakia, Kazak, Hara'ib, Bakal, Ha'arataza. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 42, and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wayara'ah, Yaikwab, Kaya, Yash, Shabar, Ba Matazarian, Wayamar, Yaikwab, Laban, Yawa, Lama, Tha, Thara, Awa, verse 2. Wayamar, Hana, Shama'ith, Ya, Kaya, Yash, Shabar, Ba Matazarian, Radwa, Shema, Washa, Barawa, Lanwa, Masham, Wana Kaya, Wala'ah, Nama Wa'ath. Verse 3. That's the end of verse 2. Or the end of the 7 verses. Slack.
We're going to go ahead and get it in English. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 41, and verse 53. And the 7 years of plenteousness was in the land of Egypt were ended. That was in the land of Egypt were ended. So that means that 7 years where they had an abundance was up. Verse 54. And the 7 years of dearth began to come. If you have the Blue Letter Bible or concordance, you can look at that word in the Hebrew for dearth, and that means famine, hunger, famine in the land, hunger. So that's the outline of biblical usage, so you'll have that understanding. So that 7 years of abundance was up, and now that second part of the dream, still fulfilling what the interpretation of Pharaoh's dream Joseph gave was, that's that period of time of famine was beginning or was here. Wow. It just said what it just said. According to as Joseph had said, and the dearth was in all the lands, but in all the land of Egypt there was bread, meaning there's a famine everywhere in all the lands. But in Egypt, there was bread, there was food. Verse 55, and when all the land of Egypt was famished, the people cried, Salakia, unto Pharaoh for bread. And Pharaoh said unto all the Egyptians, go unto Joseph, what he have said to you, do. At this point, that lets you know that there's a difference between us and them, because of the simple fact that Pharaoh was told what was going to happen. He sees it happening. Now, Joseph gave him the wisdom how he should operate in this last 7 years, and Pharaoh still didn't want to touch it. he said, no, go to Joseph, and whatever he tells you to do, that's what you do. I'm not going to mess this up, because I might tell you, all right, open up the stores and feed everybody. He might mess it up, you know.
If I could.
Kind.
Yeah, so lucky. I love that we're all on the same mind in here. Because as you read it, I can't stop thinking about how, it says that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? Like, Africans don't hold how do they say? Hold a stick. You know what I mean? Against the children of Israel. Like, black man, Hispanic man, indigenous man, you are not African.
Damn right.
You understand? There's a difference between us. You're so much better, than that nation of people. And we got to start acting that way. So, look.
Damn right. Hey, it is. The heaviness about it, for some reason in this world today, they don't want you to feel like you're better than anybody. Like, that's, oh no, everybody is one. Everybody is love. Well, if that's the case, why was y'all mad when Trump got in office? Everybody is one. You got people who voted for Kamala just furious right now. But everybody won. Everybody is, no, we're not one. Everybody is not the same. There are some people on this earth that are better, and that's the children of Israel. You can read that in Deuteronomy 7:6. He set us above all nations that are on the face of the earth. And they want to tell you, no, we're equal. And as they tell you we're equal, they treat you like poop, feces. We're equal. But they treat you like a lesser man. And we'll reference the Constitution where it says all men created equal while we were still in captivity. Well, we were still 3/5 of man. Come on now. That's when we talk about smooth sayings. Yeah. Slick words. You pass the foaming at the mouth, hooping it. That man has a demon on him. A strong delusion. Y'all want to watch a horror movie? Yeah. Turn on TD Jakes and watch him. Yeah, that's a horror movie right there. But when we tell you, thus saith the Lord, and to do this, God commanded us to do this, and to not eat pork, you want to look at us like we wrong. That's fine. The Most High said we are a peculiar people, and what makes us peculiar are these laws, statutes, and commandments that the world refuses to keep. The world refuses to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. But the minute the I.S.U.P.K. under command of Junior YAHANNA, guess what we do? We keep those laws, statutes, and commandments. There's a difference between us and the Lavender Lads and the white and gold crew. There's a difference between us and the Christian church and the Muslims and the Buddhists. There's a big difference. All right, we're going to, I don't know what verse. I think we said 54, 55. No, we had 56. Lock here. Genesis 41, verse 56. And the famine was over all the face of the earth, and Joseph opened all the storehouses and sold unto the Egyptians, and the famine waxed sore in the land of Egypt. So Joseph was prepared. The land of Egypt was prepared for this. He opened up those storehouses and began to sell to the people in need. And guess what? If he wasn't following those laws, statutes, and commandments, if he fell off right after the Pharaoh gave him that command and said, you know what, I'm the man now. You know what? I'm going to change the plan. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to store up a fifth. I'm going to just store up an eighth. I'm going to store up a little less. I'm going to store up what I want to this day and change it the next day. If he hadn't followed those laws, he hadn't followed that plan, it wouldn't have been executed as God seemed fit. It wouldn't have been wise. He would have opened up them storehouses for a week and then, oh, well, it's all gone. Remember we had that party? Remember we had did that? No, he stored it up. He was disciplined enough to not touch it, to not misuse it, to not throw it to the wind. He did what he said he would do. And when it says the famine waxed sore in the land of Egypt, that means it was bad. It wasn't like, oh, they had WIC and they was able to go get some nourishments. They had that food program where they was able to come and get a couple boxes. Nah, it was bad. Verse 57, and all the countries came into Egypt to Joseph for to buy corn, because that famine was waxed so sore in all the land. Reiterating the same point. They came to Egypt, came to Joseph specifically to get what they needed, because that famine was tearing people up. All right, so we're going to go over to 42 and verse 1. Now, when Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt, Jacob said unto his sons, why do ye look one upon another? Why y'all looking at each other? Why y'all looking around? You know, when you get in that situation and you might be with your friends and y'all don't know what to do, and y'all start looking at each other like, hey, what you got? Or what you got? What idea you have? And he said, behold, I have heard that there is corn in Egypt. Get you down thither, go down there and buy for us from thence, that we may live and not die. So you had people that was on the brink of death. You had people that knew that, hey, we don't have corn, we don't have bread, we don't have this, we don't have that. And if we don't get that, we're gonna die. So go down there, because I heard they got food in Egypt, and go buy us some. All right, so we're gonna pick it back up in the Hebrew, starting at verse 3. Genesis chapter 42, starting at verse 3.
Okay. Verse 3. Waya Radwa Akya Yawasap Aishara La Shabar Bar Ma Matazarian. Verse 4. Wa'ath Banyamyan Akya Yawasap La'a Shalak Yaikwab Ath Akyawa Kaya Amar Pan Yakwa Ranwa Asawan. Verse 5. Waya Bawa Banya Yasharala La Shabar Bathwak Haba Ayam Kaya Haya Haraib Barataza Kana'ain. Verse 6. Wa Yawasap Hawa'a Hashal Yata Al Harataza Hawa'a Hama Shabayar Lakal Aim Harataza Waya Bawa Akya Yawasap Waya Shatha Kawawa Lawa Apayam Aratazaha. Verse 7. Ha Yara'a Yawasap Ath Akyawa Wayakar Slakia Wayakaram, Wayathan, Kara, Allah Yaham, Allahayim, Wayadabar, Atham, Kwasha Watha, Wayamar, Allaham, Mayan, Baatham, Wayamarwa, Marataza, Kanaain, Lashabar, Akal, verse 8, Wayakar, Yawasap, Av, Akiyawa, Waham, La'ah, Hakar, Hawa, verse 9, Waya Zakar, Yawasap, Av, Hakal, Mawath, Ashar, Kalam, Laham, Wayamar, Alaham, Mara, Galium, Atham, Lara Awath, Ath, Irawath, Harataza, Baatham, verse 10.
That's it.
That's the end of the 7 verses.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 42, starting at verse 3. And Joseph's 10 brethren went down to buy corn in Egypt, verse 4. But Benjamin, Joseph's brother, Jacob, sent not with his brethren, for he said, lest peradventure mischief befall him. So pretty much his 10 brothers, except Benjamin, went down to buy corn in Egypt, and his dad didn't want anything happen to Benjamin. They're going to explain why. The scripture explains. Verse 5, and the sons of Israel came to buy corn among those that came, for the famine was in the land of Canaan. So the famine was in the land of Canaan. So they went with it just like everybody else. Everybody was coming to Egypt to buy corn. They went to buy corn too. Verse 6, and Joseph was the governor of all the land, and it was that sold to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed down themselves before him with their faces to the earth. Oh, I might have to get this next. Nah, I can't. So if you remember the dream that Joseph had, where the stalks were bowing down or bending over, and then you had that one stalk that was standing firm, standing strong. That dream that Joseph had, that his brothers sold him for, guess what? It's coming to pass. See, we got to really understand that the Most High, when it says he deals with Egypt, he deals with Israel, Salakia. He deals with Israel. This is that happening. He's not giving these dreams and the discernment of dreams and the understanding of dreams and the wisdom of those dreams to other nations. They know. The Bible has been written. They can read the book of Obadiah and sees what happens to the nation of Edom. They know. But that came from men of Israel. The Lord spoke to them. They wrote it down. By the Spirit of the Most High, they recorded this so we can have an understanding of then and reflect that today. I believe the scripture says, as in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the Son, the coming of the Son of Man. So we got to understand that damn, what is that? Romans 12. Well, where it says, whatsoever was written aforetime was written for our learning. Like, we got to understand this is a river that flows through the Bible. And not one of these prophecies are going to fail. Nothing that is written in this book is not going to happen. So if you read, I believe in Zephaniah, when it says that Christ is going to come back, and I'm paraphrasing, and he's going to, with fiery indignation, he's going to slay all those that eat pig's flesh and the abomination and the mouse. When you ask a Christian about that, they get stuck because they telling you right now, oh yeah, you can eat whatever you want to eat. But is that a prophecy? Yes. Has that happened yet? No. So you saying I can eat whatever I want to eat now, but Christ is going to come back and kill or unalive everybody that's doing such. What sense does that make? That's the wisdom of the Christian church. That's the folly of the Christian church. They don't have the spirit of the Most High on them to discern what that means and understand and put it all together. They don't have it. But guess what? Commander Junior YAHANNA was given it. And he didn't sell out for a bag and change it up and go along with everybody else. He taught the men of the I.S.U.P.K, and we clearly see it. And it's for us to live. They'll tell you, like the book of Romans says, for the wages of sin is death. 1 John 3 and 4 defines what sin is. It's transgression of the law. And they'll turn around and tell you the law is done away with. Christ nailed it to the cross. Folly, foolishness, utter madness. And it's kind of frustrating, to be honest. It's kind of frustrating. I remember saying this when I first got to the I.S.U.P.K. I might have been a couple months in. I have a couple degrees. I went to school to be quote unquote educated. I read this book before many times. And it wasn't until I got into the I.S.U.P.K. that I learned how to read. Reading comprehension. Like it. I walked through these doors. I came in all black. I humbled down and it was just like, oh, click after click after click. Like, well, wait a minute. I was told this. But it clearly says this. Should I believe you? Because the scripture said, let God be true and every man a liar. We can read the word of God. And granted, some of it might be hard to understand. That's why you got to go before the priests and the prophets. And you can find those men keeping those laws, statutes, and commandments. You can't look and say, oh, the man, he said he's a priest, but then you seen him walk directly out the church, go to any one of these local weed shops and turn up. You're not going to find wisdom from the local drunkard, the local whoremonger. They don't have wisdom. There might be a few things that they can tell you, oh, yeah, you probably shouldn't cross the freeway. Yeah, that's common sense. But when it comes to this book and who the children of Israel are today, they're not going to understand that. They're not even going to know it. They're still telling us that we Gentiles. I've asked my prove it. Show me. All right, so who's the Jews today? Oh, the small hat people? All right, where the other 11 tribes at? Well, okay. But you're the ones that you want us to listen to, though. You're the ones that know everything, but I ask you simple questions, and then you start stuttering. Then you start philosophizing. You start trying to get deep and change the subject. I asked you about sin, and well, God loves everybody. Okay. Romans 9:13 said he hated Esau. So that can't be everybody. Well, that was for a dispensation of time. Oh, really now? So why is he going to put people in the lake of fire? Why is he? Because they don't, more philosophy, more making up. And then they try to come up with smooth sayings to get you on their side. And you start shaking your head like, yeah, that makes sense. Plymouth Rock did land on us, you know, and people start clapping. Like, I felt bad, not for TD Jakes, but I felt bad for his church when Medea laid hands on him on stage and he started foaming at the mouth, quote unquote, speaking in tongues. And you had the thousands of people in his church all in the audience clapping, thinking that's the will of God. No, y'all lost. That was not the will of God, to have a man who made his fame wearing a dress lay hands on a so-called priest and tell you something in a language or in a tongue that no man understands. The Bible says, if there's no interpreter, let him keep silence in the church. I'd rather give out 2 or 3 words that man can understand than 1,000 that they can't understand. Doing that profits themselves. It doesn't profit us. You look silly. A person gonna be walking by the church and they hear all of that noise coming up out of there. They gonna be like, oh, they crazy up in there. I ain't gonna go in there.
If I could, you know, to add to what you're saying, you know, Peter, I think it was Peter who said, you know, they don't understand what Paul is saying as they do the entire Bible.
Right.
And they wrestle with these scriptures to their destruction.
Right.
The difference between the I.S.U.P.K. and every other organization on earth is that in here we keep the laws of God. And this Bible, this book, is the book of the law. The longer you're in this truth and the longer you keep these laws, the better you're going to understand. You're going to be like, damn, brotherhood's a weapon.
Damn
you're going
right.
to start looking at these different laws and you're going to start to understand, like, I see why I should be slow to anger.
Damn right.
You're going to start realizing that science says that, you know, people who are angry all the time, they struggle with mental health issues. You're going to start to see that these laws in the Bible, you know, they help, but they're practical laws. It's a practical way of life to, you know, to help us have a good life. He said, choose life or death. He wants us to live a good, healthy life. And this whole book is about the book of the law. The stories we read are all about the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. How are you going to understand this book if you've never kept a law in your life? How are you going to understand this book if you're not striving for perfection?
Damn right.
You understand? Like when it says in Proverbs, the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord.
Damn right.
You're never going to understand a thing if you don't keep the laws of God.
Damn right.
It's like
another heavy point made by the brother. The Christian church, they're just, what was that phrase? Filthy lucre. They're money hungry individuals. They want fame. They want notoriety. Y'all can keep the fame. Y'all can have the money. I'd rather keep these laws, statutes, and commandments because I know it's going to profit me and mines. You can't take that to where you're going. And they'll tell you something similar to that in church as they pass that plate 15 times. You got pastors saying, oh, I'm hearing too much change in the plate. You know what wisdom says? Hey, if you're going to give me a dime, I'm going to take a dime. I guess they too good for pocket change. And I guess that wouldn't fill Creflo Dollar's 6G5 as his family members and his members of his congregation catch bus and Uber rides to church. He feels he needs another G5 private plane so he can preach that garbage throughout the rest of the earth. It's sickening. It's very sickening. All right, we're going to keep getting it. I believe I was at the end of, all right, I'm at verse 7. And Joseph, after this set, I believe 14. I think we got 2 more sets. We'll get through it. Verse 7, and Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them, but made himself strange unto them, and spake roughly unto them. And he said unto them, whence come ye? And they said, from the land of Canaan to buy food. So Joseph seen his brothers. They didn't recognize him after all those years, but he knew them. He knew them. He knew their faces. He knew they. I ain't gonna go there, but yeah, he knew them. Verse 8, and when Joseph knew his brethren, and they knew him not, verse 9, and Joseph remembered the dreams which he had dreamed of them, and he said unto them, ye are spies to see the nakedness of the land ye are come. All right, so we're going to pick it up at verse 10 in the Hebrew and get 7 more verses.
This book of Genesis, chapter 42 and verse 10. Marwa, Alayawa, La'a, Adanya, Wa'ibadium, Salakia, Wa'ibadia, Yak, Bawa, Lashabar, Akal, verse 11. Kalanwa, Banya, Ayash, Akkad, Naka, Noah, Manya, Salaki, Kanyam, Anak, Noah, La'a, Hayawa, Ibadia, Salaki, Ibadiak, Maragalium. Verse 12. Rayamar, La'a, Kaya, Irawath, Harataza, Batham, Larawath, verse 13. Marwa, Manyam, Slaki Shanyam, Aishar, Ibadiak, Akium, Anaknawa, Banya, Ayash, Akkad, Barataza, Kana'ain, Yahanna, Hakwatan, Ath, Abaya, Hayawam, Wahakad, Ayan Nawa, verse 14. Wayamar, Alaham, Yawasap, Hawa'a, Ashar, the Barthaya, Alakam, Lamar, Maraga, Layam, Atham. Verse 15. Bazaath, the Kanawa, Kaya, Paraiha, Thataza'awa, Maza, Kaya, Babawa'a, Akya, Kam, Hakwatan, Hana, verse 16. Shalak Wa, Makam, Akkad, Wayakwak, Ath, Akyakam, Watham, Ha'a, Sarawa, Wayabah, Kanwa, Dabar Yakam, Hamath, Thakam, Wa'am, La'a, Kaya, Parai, Kaya, Mara, Dalyam, Atham. Verse 17. That's the end of the 7 verses.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 42, and verse 10. And they said unto him, Nay, my Lord, but to buy food are thy servants come. So they trying to say, no, we ain't spies. We just come to buy some food. Verse 11, we are all one man's son. We are true men. Thy servants are no spies. Verse 12, and he said unto them, Nay, but to see the nakedness of the land ye are come. So he's saying, y'all just trying to see the nakedness of our land, how bare, how desolate, the condition of it. Verse 13, and they said, thy servants are 12 brethren, the sons of one man in the land of Canaan, and behold, the youngest is this day with our father, and one is not. So the 10 are saying, yeah, we come from one man. Our other brother, he's still at home with our father, and the other one, he's not here no more. And of course, we know that that's speaking of Joseph, because they know what they did to that man. Verse 14, and Joseph said unto them, that is it that I spake unto you, saying, ye are spies. Verse 15, hereby ye shall be proved by the life of Pharaoh, ye shall not go forth hence, except your younger brother come hither. Meaning y'all ain't gonna go nowhere unless your younger brother come. Verse 16, send one of you and let him fetch your brother, and ye shall be kept in prison, that your words may be proved, whether there be any truth in you, or else by the life of Pharaoh ye are spies. Surely ye are spies, like you. So to test you, to make sure that you're true or what you're saying is true, I'm gonna send one of y'all. Y'all gonna go get y'all brother. The rest of y'all is gonna chill here. Well, not chill here. Y'all gonna be locked up here. And if he don't come back, that means y'all spies. All right, we're gonna pick up the next 7 verses in the Hebrew. I believe so. Kind of. Yep. Verse 17. Yep.
This is Genesis chapter 42, verse 17 in the Hebrew. YAHSUP, Atham, Al, Masha, Mar, Shalathat, Shalashath, Yam, verse 18. Yamar, Alaham, Yawasap, Bayawam, Hishal, Yashaya, Za'ath, Aishawa, Waka Yawa, Ath, Ha Alahayim, Anya, Yara'ah, verse 19, Kanyam, Atham, Akya, Kam, Akkad, Yasar, Bayath, Masham, Rakam, Wa'atham, Lakawa, Habaya Awa, Shabar, Ra'ai, Bawan, Bathya, Kam, verse 20, Wa'ath, Akya, Kam, Akwa, Tan, Thabaya Wa, Alya, Wayaman Wa, Dabar Yakam, Wala'a, Thama Wathwa, Waya Aishwa, Khan, verse 21, Wayamarwa, Ayash, Al, Akyawa, Abal, Ashamyam, Anah, Kanwa, Al, Akya Nawa, Ashar, Rayanwa, Tazarath, Napashawa, Baha Thaka, Na Nawa, Alya Nawa, Wala'ah, Shamai Nawa, Al, Khan, Baha, Alya Nawa, Hatazar, Ha, Tazahar, Salaka, Hatazar Raha, Hazaath, verse 22. Wayain, Raiwa, Ban, Atham, Lamar, Hala, Wa'a, Amar, Thaya, Alya, Kam, Lamar, Al, Thaka, Ta'awa, Bayalad, Wala'a, Shemai, Thama, Wagam, Damawa, Hana, Nadarash, verse 23, Waham, La'a, Yada Iwa, Kaya, Shemai, Yawasap, Kaya, Hamal Yataza, Bayan Thumb. I believe that's the
Yep.
end of the 7 verses.
We're going to go ahead and get it in the English. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 42 and verse 17. And he put them all together in the ward 3 days. So he put them in jail 3 days. Verse 18, and Joseph said unto them the third day, this do and live, for I fear God. So this is what I want you to do. Verse 19, and Salakia, if ye be true men, let one of your brother be bound in the house of your prison. Go ye, carry corn for the famine of your houses. Verse 20, but bring your youngest brother unto me, so shall your words be verified, and ye shall not die. And they did so. So one of the things that he's asking after they put him in jail, he's like, all right, take some food, go to your brethren for your houses, and go get your brother, the one that you said is with your father. And as I think about it, he understands the condition that the land of Canaan is. So he's sending food back to his daddy. Come on now. He knew who they was. So verse 21. And they said one to another, we are verily guilty concerning our brother, in that we saw the anguish of his soul when he besought us, and we would not hear. Therefore is this distress come upon us. Verse 22, and Reuben answered them, saying, spake I not unto you, saying, do not sin against the child, and ye would not hear? Therefore, behold, also his blood is required. So Reuben is like, so now they understand what they did, or they're reminiscing or thinking about what they did. And Reuben was like, I told y'all, I told y'all. This is what I told y'all, and y'all didn't listen. I tried to tell y'all about the plan that y'all set forth on Joseph, but you guys didn't hear me. Verse 20. So what am I going up to? So like 17, 18, 19. Kind. Verse 23. And they knew not that Joseph understood them, for he spake unto them by an interpreter. So they think it. So it's. I seen a movie yesterday that was similar to this. I believe it was called the Great Wall. I was chilling with the rib after the slave, and we was watching this movie, and you had two individuals talking in English among all of these Chinese people, and they were telling the plan of, yeah, well, I'm gonna kill, unalive them with the bows, and you do this with the sword. And then the lady walked up and started talking to them in English, and they looked befounded. So the whole time Joseph is acting like he don't understand them, talking to them through an interpreter, and they're thinking we can talk amongst ourselves freely, and they not really understand, or he not really understand. But that's the 7 verses, 49 verses in the Hebrew. We're gonna pick it up next week. Men of Israel, Amijam.
YAHANNA, which means to Israel. Prayers before.
Yahbashim Yahshua Barak Yah.
YAHBASHIM YAHSHUA Barak Yah.
Staying at a match. Shabbat. Most High Christ. Yeah, look at those mighty men. Look at those mighty men. Most High Christ. Yeah. Sign Christ.
Shemai. Serpon Yaha Kodam, which means turn and face the east. We do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Bashmayel. Kodash. Ayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakawaka. Taba'ah. Ratazaka. Ayah. Aisha. Baratiza. Kawa. Ayah. Bashmayim. Lathamanawa. Latam. Ka. Yawam. Wasalakanawa. Kabatna. Kasalakna. Kabatina. Wala'ah. Tabayana. Manasaya 1. Ball. Awashayana. Mayan. Rad. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Waha'al. Wahatha Farah. Waulamin. Amma.
Here's the Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
Forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
Lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
Thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And
the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it. The prayer for Hakak. In the Hebrew, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Baba Kashah.
Baba Kashah.
The fun Lanao.
The fun Lanao.
Hakak. Hakak.
Hakak.
Lara Pa'ah.
Lara Pa'ah.
Call Makala.
Kal Makala.
Call Madawa.
Call Matawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Latahar.
Tahar.
Hamatazrain.
Hamatazrain.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lahakwayim.
Bahakwayim.
Hamathayim.
Hamathian.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Al-Rakawa.
Al-Rakawa.
Hatama'ala.
Hatama'ala.
Garshan.
Garshan.
Hashem Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua.
Water Aman.
The water Aman. This is the apostle power in the Hebrew, in English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
And the name Yahushua.
The name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
Power to heal.
Power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. This is the blessed Israel prayer in the Hebrew. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Barak Lano.
Barak Lano.
Wayasharala.
Wayasharala.
Wahabaya Saparia.
Wahabaya Saparia.
Barak.
Barak.
Hashem Yahushua.
Hashem Yahushua.
The water Aman.
The water Aman. Bless Israel in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. In Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Hahari.
Al-Hahari.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Izari.
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 Ma'ay.
Ma'ay.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa'aratza.
Wa'aratza.
Al-Yathan.
Al-Yathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasharala.
Yasharala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyanka.
Yamyan.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaka.
Yakak.
Wayarak.
Wa'arak.
Walayala.
Walayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Call Ra.
Call Ra.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Athnapashka.
Asmapasma.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'athka.
Taza'athka.
Wabawa'aka.
Wabawa'ah.
Ma'aitha.
Ma'athah.
Wa'aid.
Wa'ai.
Awalam.
Awalam. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He would not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yasharala
he that keepeth Yasharala
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee
Yahweh shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Al Damayalaka,
Adamayalaka,
Al Fakarash,
all Pakarash,
Al
all
Tashquat,
Tashakwat,
all Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awayabika,
Awiyabika,
Yahama Yawan,
Yahamayawan,
Wama Shana,
Wamashana,
Yaka,
Yakar,
Masha'ah,
Nasha'ah,
Wa,
Wa,
Ra'ash,
Ra'as,
Al Amaka,
Anika,
Yar Salaki, Yar Yama,
Ya'ayamya,
Sawad,
Sawadat, Sawad, Salaki,
Waya,
Waya,
Kayaitazawa,
Sawaitazawa,
Al Tazapawanyaka,
Altazapawanyaka,
Marwa,
Amara,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakak Yadan,
Wanakanki,
Magaya,
Magoya,
Wala'ah,
Wala'a,
Yazakar,
Yashakar,
Sham Yasharala,
Shum Yasha'ala,
Iwa,
Iwa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawa Aitazawa,
Nawaitazawa,
La,
La,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Al Yaka,
Al-Yaka,
Bariyah,
Bariyah,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarafa,
Ahahoya,
Ahoya,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wa,
Wa,
Yashimai Al-Yam,
Yashamai Ayayam,
Mawa'aba,
Mawa'aba,
Wahagaria,
Wahagari,
Ba,
Gabal,
Wa'amawan,
Wa'amawan,
Wa'amala,
Wa'amala,
Palashah,
Palashah,
I'm Yashabia,
I'm Yishabi,
Taz of War,
Tazawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Ayawa,
Haywa,
Zarawai,
Salawai,
Labanya Lawa,
Labanya Lawa,
Salah,
Salah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Laham,
Laham,
Kamadian,
Kamadi,
Kasir Sarah,
Kasiyasala,
Kiyabian,
Kayabi,
Banakal,
Wanakal,
Koyashwan,
Kawashi,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadu,
Bayan,
Bayan,
Dara,
Dara,
Ayawa,
Haywa,
Daman,
Dama,
Ladama,
La'adama,
Shay Thumma,
Sha'akamu,
Nadiyabmawa,
Nadiyabawa,
Kaira,
Kaira,
Kazaba,
Wakaza Abba,
Kazaba,
Wakasaba,
Katazamanai,
Wakatazamanai,
Kal,
Ka,
Nasiyakama,
Nasra Kamu,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Marwa,
Amor,
Nairashah,
Narusha,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Ah, Nawa,
Nawa,
Alahaya,
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 Shay Thumma,
Sha'akamu,
Tagagala,
Gagogula,
Kwash,
Shaquash,
Pani Raka,
the Panya Raka,
Ka'ash,
Ka'as,
Saba Ira Yaira,
Kaba Ira Yaira,
Raka,
Ka,
Lahaba,
Lahaba,
Salahat,
Salahat,
Haryam,
Harayan,
Khan,
Khan,
Taradapa,
Taradat,
Basa Irika,
Basa Ira,
Wabasa Apaka,
Wabasa Apostle,
Saba Halam,
Kaba Haman,
Mala'a,
Mala'ah,
Panyaham,
Payaham,
Palawan,
Palawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashu,
Shamka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yabashwa,
Yabash,
Wayabahawa,
Wayabahoy,
Idi,
Ai,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakapal,
Wayabadwa,
Wayabad,
Wayadaiwa,
Wayada, Awa,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Atha,
Atha,
Shamka,
Shemka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Labadka,
Labadka,
Al Yawan,
Ayawan,
Al Kalha Ratazan.
I call her Ratazan. Psalms 83 in the English, keep not thy silence,
Keep not thy silence,
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
hold not thy peace,
hold not thy peace,
and be not still,
and be not
O
still,
Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
for lo,
for lo,
thy enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate
and
thee
they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consorted against thy hidden
and
ones.
consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
come,
Come,
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them off
from being a
from
nation,
being a nation.
that the name of Yasharallah
That the name of Yasharallah
may be no more remembered.
may be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee.
are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom
The tabernacles of Edom
and the Ishmaelites
and the
of
Ishmaelites
Moab
of Moab
and the Hagarim,
and the Hagarim,
the Baal
Baal
and Ammon
and Ammon
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the
the
Philistines, and
Philistines,
the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Ashur also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
doing to them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as under the Midianites,
as to Sisir,
as to Sisir,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kizon,
the brook of Kazan,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
Make their nobles like
and
Oreb,
like Z,
and like Zeb,
yea,
yea,
or the princes as
all
Sabah,
the princes of Zabah,
and as
and
Almunah,
that's Almunah,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as a stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as a fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
and as a flame setteth the mountains on
So
fire.
persecute them with thy tempest,
So persecute them with thy
and
tempest,
make them afraid with thy storm.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be
and
confounded
troubled
in trouble
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
are the most high
at the Most High
of all the earth.
over all the earth. This is the blessings prayer in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
Wa Yahweh Shah,
Wa Yahweh Shah,
Wa Meyaka Allah,
Wa Ma'ika'ala,
Wa Alahayim,
Wa Alahai,
Matazabiyah,
Matzabiyah,
I.S.U.P.K, YAHANNA,
YAHANNA,
I.S.U.P.K,
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 Blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh
And Yahweh.
and Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahanna.
Commanding General Yahanna.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
be it.
So be it. Sorry. It's time. Sisters, Yashabia can be seated.
We're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers. Amaju Shabbat, Amaju, Barak,
Yahweh Shimei Shabbat Thumb.
We're going to turn, give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Sisters, Salakia, Amaju Shabbat, Amaju, Barak,
Yahweh Shemar Thumb Shimei Shabbat. Goddamn it, that's like it.
Got you the time? Oh, all right, does anyone want to be anointed?
We don't need a third priest.
Need you out of line.
Look like it's over there. Yep, oh, it's over there. Who, me? That's you, dog. Nope, nope. Keep going. I don't think you ain't got to hear these. You can put them back up. All right, we're going to repeat this prayer, only us. Ya Barak Yahweh.
Ya Barak Yahweh.
Wa Ya Shemarka.
Wa Ya Shemarka.
Ya Ar Yahweh.
Ar Yahweh.
All right.
Extra.
Yeah. They're right in this part. All right. Ya Barak Yahweh.
Ya Barak Yahweh.
Wa Ya Shemarka.
Wa Ya Shemarka.
Ya Ar Yahweh.
Ar Yahweh.
Pen Yahweh. Al-Yaka. Wa Ya Kanka. Yeshai Yahweh. Pen Yahweh. Al-Yaka. Wa Ya Shemlaka. Shalom. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shah. Barak. Rapah. Magun. Hagun. Kazak. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. The water Amun. What we said in the English is bless. Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee. Be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, bless, heal, shield, protect. All right.
All right. You good? Everybody else good? All right. So that concludes the class. We're gonna go ahead and end it. Make sure y'all tune in next week to finish out this good old story. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Push this truth. Shalom, Israel.